Hi! Welcome to this part of my guide and review featuring the FlexTale Solo Adventuring Toolkit. If you haven't seen the other parts of my guide and review, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time, we are going to talk about some nuances within the handling or use of milestones in your solo role-playing games. As always, I am going to be reading some key paragraphs to you, and then I will give you my opinion on those paragraphs. Let's start with objectives. Most milestones have objectives, one or more things that you want to achieve or have happen before you consider that milestone completed. Obtaining an item, killing an enemy, almost everything could be used as an objective. Sometimes, you'll have one or more optional objectives. These are goals that you can achieve if you want, but they are not absolutely required for the milestone to be completed. When it comes to conditions, you could think of conditions as prerequisites for the milestones. Something that you can't do before something else happens, something that is required for fulfilling another objective within the milestone. Conditions might represent something that you have to do and can't control, but they could also be an attribute of what you are, and that could prevent you from achieving your milestone or fulfilling some sort of objective or goal within the milestone. A condition could also be something that you can satisfy, that you can fulfill, but that you do not have complete control over. Perhaps something related to the weather or some other effect. For example, if you are hunting werewolves, perhaps you need to wait until there is a full moon. Now, when it comes to a resolved milestone, this is a milestone that has been completed, or that has not been completed, or that you have missed your opportunity to finally complete that milestone. In other words, all completed milestones and all failed milestones are actually resolved milestones, regardless of whether you failed or succeeded while taking on that milestone. Now, when it comes to completion, a milestone is completed if it has been resolved in satisfaction of all mandatory objectives. One or more optional objectives can still be missed, and you can still consider the milestone to be completed if you met all of the mandatory objectives. But you fail a milestone if you have not satisfied all of its mandatory objectives, of course, and more than that, it is no longer possible to do so. Failing an objective may not be the end of a quest entirely, but it can be, especially for simple quests. Failing any mandatory milestone typically fails the entire quest automatically. Now let's talk about impacts. An impact is a positive, desired, and welcome effect resulting from success. Although impacts are most often associated with the completion of an entire quest, they can also apply more granularly to individual milestones. Impacts can be anything that's a good thing. Generally speaking, an impact could be considered a reward. Now, when it comes to consequences, this is the inverse of an impact. An unwelcome, undesired negative effect or effects resulting from failure. As with impacts, consequences most typically result from quest failure, though they may also be triggered by failing an individual milestone. Now, concerning clue targets, some quests and some milestones within them have a clue target value. This is simply an indicator that regardless of other progress made or any other activity executed in pursuing the milestone or quest, you cannot resolve the milestone or complete the quest without accumulating a certain number of clues against that quest. If a milestone or quest does not have a clue target value, or if at any point it has a 0 or negative clue target value, it does not require any clues or any further clues to resolve. Now, when it comes to random quest events, most quest types have a list of random quest events that may apply. Typically, the set of random quest events that is listed in a given quest template is unique to that quest type. You could think of random quest events as a kind of narrative-specific wandering monster table. Now, the solo adventuring tool also includes a rewards table related to quests and milestones. That is, when you finish a quest, you obtain a random reward, or perhaps no reward at all. You roll on a table, and you can obtain reward stars as explained in the Solo Adventuring Toolkit, but if you are handling other sorts of rewards or experience points as rewards, you could convert these stars into experience points. It's very easy to do so. So when the party of adventurers or your solo adventurer completes a single quest, you can roll in this table to see if you obtain some further rewards or no reward whatsoever. Now let me give you my opinion on this section. I think it's pretty clear and it helps you organize the objectives within a quest. What really catches my attention is the way that impacts and consequences are handled. Anything that happens in that quest is going to have some sort of positive or negative effect in future quests within the campaign. I would highly recommend that you keep a journal or that you take notes about different important events, happenings, clues that you may come upon during your quest, so that you can relate those narrative elements into future quests within the same campaign. Or perhaps, if you plan to run a series of campaigns throughout the years, you can create a very cool mythology, a shared grand history, where quests from a campaign connect with the quests of another campaign. That's going to heighten the sense of historical background of fictional reality within the setting that you are using as a base for your campaigns. I also like the rewards table. Some people may not like it too much if they want to handle things a bit more severe or gritty, perhaps you would say, without additional rewards. But if you are running a high fantasy, high powered game, I think this rewards table is going to work perfectly in that case. Thank you for watching this part of the guide and review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending right through RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.